Hello, my lovely people, and welcome to Owen's Mind, a light-hearted trip through the contents of my head and the world in general. And today, I'd like to talk about the difference between ignorance and intolerance and how these things can be easily mixed up if you're not aware of the facts. So, this video is going to be a little bit it's going to be based around gender because that's a hot topic at the minute, and it's an easy example to make the points I'm trying to make, but this can apply to race, to nationality, to any kind of physical or religious or anything that will separate you or define a personal choice that you have made, kind of thing. Okay, so we all know you'll see public figures, politicians in particular, they'll be on TV, they'll be on the radio, they'll give an interview to a magazine or whatever it happens to be, and they will say something. They'll say an ignorant comment, and they'll be classed as bigots or intolerant, and it's not necessarily the case. It could just be, but they lack the knowledge. Now, the reason I chose gender as a subject of this video is because in the last few years, it has expanded so much. And I think for most people, if you're not clued up on it, it's easy to actually use the wrong terminology when you may be referring to somebody, and they can take offense to that. So it's not that you're being intolerant of them and of their choices or how they have decided to label themselves. It's just that you're ignorant of it. Now, you can easily say, well, you should have the knowledge. Go out and find out about this. Don't be ignorant. Yes, I get that. That's all well and good, but knowledge is unlimited. There is so much in the world that you will tend to, and not the case for everybody, but you will tend to seek out the knowledge which is relevant to you. If you don't know or socialize with many transgender people, you may not seek out that knowledge to know the correct terminology and how to address them in the way that they want to be addressed. If you're a mechanic, then you will seek out the knowledge about how to rebuild an engine because that is very relevant to your life. However, for something that's not, you may not seek that knowledge out because there is literally millions of things in this world I know nothing about because I don't need to, because they're not in my day-to-day realm. I don't know any transgender people at the minute, and obviously if you do know them, then that knowledge comes to you automatically because you speak to them and you talk to them and they tell you, about themselves and how they wish to be addressed and what they consider offensive, just like I can tell people what I consider offensive, and if somebody does that, I'll say, I don't like that kind of language, or I don't like to be referred to as that, and then they have the knowledge, and then their ignorance is gone. So I will freely admit I do not know about the new kind of, I do not understand, and it's because I've not looked into it, and I'm not ignorant, I'm not intolerant of it at all, but I am ignorant of it because I just don't know, such as the nature of gender fluidity and this kind of thing. If I see somebody and every aspect, every portion of their physicality tells me that is a male person, a masculine figure, the way they dress, the way they look, because I've got 42 years of history behind me, which kind of identifies that when I look at somebody, to say that everything, all the clues tell me that is a male person, okay? So that's, if I refer to that person, I will probably refer to them the first time I meet them in a male terminology. If I meet them for the first time and I'm not aware of who they are, I may say, hello mate, whatever it happens to be, this kind of thing. So that's my ignorance. I don't know. I'm not being intolerant. I'm just ignorant. I just don't know. So at that point, if that person says, actually, I identify as a female, I'd like to be referred to as this, and I don't use masculine terms when talking to me. They've given me the knowledge. My ignorance is now gone. If I continue, then I'm being intolerant because I now have the knowledge. I cannot use ignorance as an excuse. However, I needed that knowledge to make the leap, and I just think we need to be a little bit more open to maybe not taking offense that quickly. And like I say, I'm using gender because it's an easy one to demonstrate my point, but race, nationality, anything like that can be used. For the same example, people are not always out to get you. So again, once you give me the knowledge, if I continue to refer to you in a manner you don't like, I have the knowledge, therefore I'm no longer being ignorant, I am being intolerant. Because I cannot say, well, I didn't know. I now do know. So at that point, yes, my comments show a level of intolerance towards you. But I needed the knowledge to be able to make that differential. So, I mean, it's easy for me. I'm a Western white male. You know, I've got it easy in regards intolerance. There's very few people come at me the way they come at minorities, the way they come at transgenders and any other kind of minority groups at the minute. You know, I've got it made essentially. So all of this world is world of intolerance and things like that. It's kind of alien to me. I've been very lucky, and I know a lot of people aren't. So what I'm saying is there needs to be more of a dialogue. Most people are good people. They do not set out to offend you, but they may not know how to not how to behave, but they may not know how you wish to be addressed. Just something as simple as that. So what I'm saying is, it's easy when you feel you've been slighted to come back at somebody. So maybe just give them the knowledge and go from there. And I think you'll find that 95% of people will just go, I wasn't aware of that. Thanks, I know going forward. There is going to be an element of people who are just intolerant by nature. There is racist people by nature, and no amount of explanation or gentle handling of them is going to change that mindset. And sadly, that's the reality we live in. But most people, the majority of people, you know what? We are a little ignorant. You know, the world has changed quite a lot recently. And I'm not saying we're all dinosaurs and we're being left behind. It's just there are certain things that most people just do not know. I don't, myself, I don't have the knowledge about, you know, the correct way to address certain people. There was an artist, I can't remember his name, in the news last week, and he wanted to be referred to as they. He didn't identify as male or female. He was now wanted to be referred to as they. I would never have guessed that. That's knowledge I needed. So if I'd have looked at him and he's by appearance appears male, if I spoke to him and said, hey mate, or buddy, or whatever it was, he could have easily been offended by that. But that's not me being intolerant, that's me being ignorant of his wishes. But he came out to the media and said, this is what I want. So now we're no longer ignorant of it. So now if I go up to them, and address him as mate or buddy, then I'm being intolerant. I'm demonstrating intolerance because I know that will now offend this person. And I have the knowledge. So what I'm saying is, don't assume everyone is being intolerant. Give them the knowledge. Tell them, talk to them. We are just ignorant. And ignorance is not an excuse, but it's easily cured. And most people are good people, and they'll be like, okay, fine. Okay, this is what you want. I'm quite happy to do that. There you go. And it just gets past it. I think it's too easy for people to just immediately jump on somebody who makes a comment and just assume they're being a bigot, or assume they're being a racist, or assume they're being intolerant, when it might just be they just don't know. So, educate them. Give them the knowledge. I think everyone will be better for it. So that's it, guys. That was just a little thought today. I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.